Welcome back. In today's video, the Internet Computer Protocol and the DFINITY Foundation are now in the midst of distributing $200 million to developers who are going to help drive the Internet Computer Protocol forward. We're going to discuss that, talk about some of the new grant recipients. We're also going to be discussing the two Peters, Peter Brandt and Peter Schiff, go head-to-head discussing whether Bitcoin is like betting on a dead horse, as Peter Schiff says. So we're going to discuss that along with many other topics, including GALA games getting hacked, Cardano, gold versus Bitcoin, and 100% yearly dividends in certain stocks. We're going to talk about risk. We are in the midst of the bull market right now. We're in the post-Bitcoin halving period of 2024. There's a lot of anticipation from what the Federal Reserve is going to do from a quantitative easing standpoint, from a monetary perspective. And in my view, and based on what the markets are showing us, we are now in full bull mode. In my view, there is potential that we will have corrective phases during the bull run. But at the end of the day, the general theme over the next year, year and a half is going to be up only. And at least that's my opinion, and many other analyst opinions as well. Make sure you guys do your own research. Nothing we talk about on this channel is financial advice. I could be wrong about anything and everything that I say on this video or any of my videos. So do your own due diligence. And by the way, give the video a free thumbs up, because thumbs up are free. Crypto is not. Hit the subscribe button. That way you never miss a new video. We're going to be uploading on a more staggered basis throughout this bull run, giving everybody time to really kind of soak in what is going on in the bull run. But we're going to be starting right here. Veteran trader Peter Brandt says that Peter Schiff criticizes Bitcoin to attract attention and increase his following. And I don't disagree with that. But anyway, veteran trader Peter Brandt, that's him on the left. This is Peter Schiff, a gold bug on the right. He accused Peter Schiff of leveraging his criticism of Bitcoin to garner attention and increase social media following. However, Peter Schiff countered, asserting that he's simply offering his candid perspective on the investment risk associated with Bitcoin. Well, maybe that's true, maybe it's not. Let's get into it. In a post on X, Peter Brandt appeared to dissect one of Schiff's social media posts, which the gold bug predicts a rise in the price of silver by more than 20% compared to a 2% rise for Bitcoin. Peter Brandt also suggested that while Peter Schiff's latest prediction is likely to materialize, many of his previous bets or predictions have not. He said, quote, "He," meaning Peter Schiff, "knows he's been betting on a dead horse. Just because one horse, silver, decided to take a jog, Schiff is having a social media orgasm." And yeah, I would agree. Here's the deal, guys. These commodity traders, gold bugs, silver bugs, they have been saying for years. And if you guys have been following my channel since the beginning of the pandemic, I actually was starting to become a gold and silver advocate at the beginning of the pandemic, when we had a lot of uncertainty and when we didn't know if crypto and Bitcoin was going to flourish, right? But what happened over the period after the pandemic was fascinating to me. While all of these gold bugs and silver bugs, who are generally over the age of like 50 or 60 years old, they kept talking about, gold and silver. And while I was looking and monitoring the price of all these assets, gold and silver did not keep up with the rate of inflation. And they didn't keep up the rate of where crypto went. I mean, we had literal dog coins performing better than gold over the last 10 years, let alone the last 5 years. And so, yeah, listen, guys, Peter Schiff, his son, is a Bitcoin advocate, and I would imagine has a lot of money going into it. And to think that Peter Schiff is just completely oblivious to the merits and the positive future of Bitcoin versus gold and silver. Listen, I'm not saying gold and silver are not going to do well or perform well or continue to be a store of value for some people. But again, there's a huge generational gap, right? There just is. Like, nobody under the age of 40 that I have seen social media, on YouTube, or in real life has said to me, "Oh yeah, Cryptoviser, gold is the thing to do." I mean, I remember when I was much younger, I had family members who would give for holiday gifts and stuff like that, silver coins or gold coins. And even back then, I'm like, "What are you giving me a coin for? It says 1 troy ounce of silver. Like, what does that actually mean?" "Oh, well, if you hold it, it'll increase in value." Well, I mean, if you look at the price of silver, let's see. Silver continuous contract, it's $32, right? So, I mean, even if it was $6 back then, that's only a 5 or 6x in multiple decades. It's not a good return. But again, in my view, what is happening here is we're seeing the shift, right? Not shift as in Peter Schiff, the shift in sentiment around what is good investments, right? A lot of people believe that crypto is not a good performing asset or that it's too risky. Listen, I'm not saying there's no risk involved. We talk about risk involved all the time, and we're going to be talking about it a little bit in today's video as well. But at the end of the day, the younger generation is digital. The younger generation is in crypto. They're not in gold. They're not in silver. I mean, even if you go to jewelry stores, right? I mean, granted, you have some of these, Instagram people who like to, put up all the bling, but really, like, wealthy people are not really buying gold and silver. They're just not doing it anymore. They're buying crypto. It's easy to custody. There's no overhead. There's much less risk than having a counterparty hold it. And we know that effectively the amount of gold and silver in existence is infinite, right? There's never been a cap to it, and there never will be a cap to it because it's a natural resource that continues not just to be on the planet Earth, but in the solar system. So either way, listen, this is a generational divide. Do I think Peter Schiff is dumb? No. Do I think that he really believes that Bitcoin is going to zero? No. But at the end of the day, a lot of these people, generally older than the age of 50, this is what they've been investing in their whole life. So they can't say, no, gold is, gold is crap. Gold is not worth anything, because most of their net worth is probably in these commodities. And to switch to Bitcoin or crypto, that is a big change. But in my view, it's already happening. Peter Schiff's son is a Bitcoin advocate. So where do you think all the wealth that the son is getting or going to inherit is going? Bitcoin. Anyway, talking about risk and gold, right? Yield max ETFs, which is an ETF that we've talked about on this channel before. A lot of people really didn't pay too much attention, but hey guys, you want to be poor, you want to be rich. I mean, this is the way that I look at it. They have just started a yield max gold miners option income strategy ETF. And effectively, this is very in line with many of their other products, which are called covered call ETFs. Effectively, what these funds do is they sell covered call options, which is a derivative on the market, and they earn a premium from it. And basically, they distribute on a monthly basis dividends to the holders of these ETFs based on the performance of the ETFs. Now, they have quite a large range of ETFs on their website and available on the open market. Now, keep in mind, there is extreme risk in these products because they are single issuer ETFs, meaning they're only really tracking one specific stock, typically in most of these. And it's in the derivative market. So there is extreme risk. This is riskier than crypto. But again, no risk, no reward in my view. And so you have to keep that in mind. Do your own research. I could be wrong. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just showing you guys what these ETFs are and giving you guys my opinions on it. That's not telling you what to do, right? Keep that in mind. But anyway, they just started this Yield Max Gold Miner Option Income ETF called GDXY. And if you, this is a brand new fund, so obviously it's starting up. I'm recording this on the day that it launched. And you can see that they're investing in, let me rephrase, they're basically covered calls on GDX, which is the gold, I think the gold miner index, GDX, yeah, gold, the Van Eck gold miner ETF. And you can see that it has performed, it's gone from $32 to $37 in about a month, which is a 14% increase in the gold and silver space. That's a lot. In crypto, it's not, but that's neither here nor there. But the reason that we talk about 100% dividend is because if you look at their other ETFs, the distribution rate, when annualized, some of these are over 100%. The Coinbase covered call option ETF, which is right here on the screen, 120% yearly dividend. So again, this is if you annualize it, but if you look at the the ETF distribution this past month, $2.28 per share. The month before that, $2.79 per share, $1.66 per share, $1.07 per share, $2.69 per share. And they list this all on their website. And so if you look, right, the last month it was $2.28. So if you look at this actual ETF, it's $22. So $22 for the actual ETF if you buy it, and then you get $2.28. You're effectively getting 10% dividend in 30 days. Most ETFs or dividend paying stocks, you get about 7 to 10% per year. Per year. This is 10% in 1 month. So if this continues to perform at this rate, specifically talking about Coinbase's Conny, CONY, Yield Max Coinbase Option Income ETF, if this continues to perform in this $2 to $3 range, over the course of 1 year, you would recoup the entire investment of the share of this ETF. This is very unheard of in the equity markets, right? But because they're playing in the options market, this makes it very lucrative because they can sell options on the market and they're covered on it, meaning they actually have the money or the stock to execute that trade if necessary. And they're making money on that. I mean, and they're doing pretty well. I mean, even if you look at the MicroStrategy one, now I don't know MicroStrategy one is going to perform this well in the future, but in the first 2 months, the first month they paid a $4.12 dividend. Second month they paid $2.52 dividend, which is again very close to 10% as well. So this gold miner ETF, if you do believe what Peter Schiff is saying and that this is going to be a store of value and that these prices are going to go up, this could be a potential good opportunity to look into this new Yield Max ETF. Personally, I think YBIT, which follows BitO, it's a covered call option for BitO, which is another Bitcoin related ETF. AI, which covers AI related products. MicroStrategy, which we just covered. Coinbase, which we just covered. NVIDIA is a good one as well because it's been performing fairly well. And I'm thinking about like what is going to perform well over the next 6 to 12 months, right? Because the higher the price goes, the better the option income based on my analysis. They also have an ultra option income ETF, which invests in several different option related strategies, and then they have some others as well. But yeah, I haven't seen any other product similar to Yield Max that pays these type of dividends anywhere. And so when you're looking at risk, I'm not saying don't hold crypto, but if you want to diversify the risk a little bit, that way you have income every month, regardless of where the markets are going. These option ETFs are potentially one of the best things that have probably hit the market in the last few years. And this is what we talk about on this channel a lot. We explore where investments could potentially make the highest returns. I'm going to be posting a video it may already be posted by the time you're watching this video, but we're going to actually go through the top 25 cryptos, or maybe a little bit more than the top 25. And we're going to be rating all of these, whether they're investable or not investable, where I think they're going from a price perspective. Because as I've been explaining, Wall Street is in control now. So the money that we've seen, or the increases in the cryptos that we've seen historically, this may not continue in the future forever, right? Another area that I think is extremely lucrative is the Bitcoin mining space, right? TeraWulf, Hut 8 Mining, Riot Platforms, Marathon Digital, Iris Energy, Griffin Mining. I mean, there's, I think, about 20 or 30 different Bitcoin mining stocks out here that are, I think, highly investable in my view, especially for the bull run. Tradable as well, I would imagine, but we'll have to wait and see. TeraWulf, they are looking at expanding their mining capacity by 500 plus megawatts, which will significantly increase their hash rate. And I think that this is very positive, right? I mean, where else can you see potential 100% gains in stocks themselves? I mean, TeraWulf is under $1 billion, and their hash rate for the mining network is in line with some of the large Bitcoin mining companies over $1 billion market cap. So even if we go to $1.5 billion market cap, TeraWulf would double in price. Again, where do you see this with gold or silver? You just don't. And so this brings us to the other crypto stories going on, including Internet Computer, GALA Games, and Cardano, which we're going to be covering right now. So first, I wanted to kind of cover what is going on in Internet Computer's ecosystem. We'll talk about ChainKeyX on a different video, but I really wanted to talk about the developer grant program, because as I've explained, there's a lot of crypto projects out here and blockchains that are talking about what they're going to do now in the beginning of 2024. Ooh, it's too late. Like, you already have to deploy. And so what DFINITY has done is they've created a $200 million grant program where they're going to be providing up to $200 million to, participants and grantees who are building for the Internet Computer and the crypto ecosystem. And they're going to be staggering the payments. So unlike other blockchain ecosystems that just keep paying out hundreds of millions of dollars, literally, in funding for projects that don't do anything for the blockchain, don't return any value, Internet Computer is doing it very different. And we've covered this on previous videos where if a grantee wants money, they have to have a product, right? Or they get very, very little to get the product rolling, right? Minimum viable concept or product. I was talking to somebody the other day who wanted an investment in their business. And I said, well, what kind of business do you want to create? And they're like, well, I don't know. I'm thinking either this or this or this, or they had like 10 different ideas. And I'm like, okay, but you have to kind of narrow it down. If you want me or anybody else to invest money, they're going to need to know specifics. And they're like, well, yeah, I'm going to go with this one. And then this is what we'll create. I'm like, you don't even have a business plan. And I was like, okay, so what are you going to put up, right? If you want me to put up any type of money, what are you putting up? Oh, well, are you going to quit your job? They're like, no. I'm like, so how are you going to run this business? I'll hire somebody. I'm like, you're going to create a business and then hire somebody, and you're going to go and work your regular job and not be able to monitor what's going on or run the business. This is not a way to run businesses, right? So the way that DFINITY is kind of rolling out this grant program, in my view, is excellent. And they have new grantees for the DFINITY Developer Program. The latest group of grantees include teams using Internet Computer to build solutions within decentralized identity, decentralized AI, and DeFi, along with others. Now, we're going to go through these. I don't think that they've updated the site yet, because I typed in a few of these and I couldn't find it. Like this first one, I think the first one is Civic Key. So if I type in Civic here, it doesn't show up. So that's kind of odd. They need to update their website with all these projects and how much money they got. But either way, DFINITY said that Civic Key is a leading provider of identity and access management solutions. They say identity tools for Web3 ID and age verification. dApps on Internet Computer will be able to manage access for certain principles based on specific verifications. And this is important, right? If you want to invest, let's say, and you want to be an accredited investor, it's very difficult to prove, right, that just on a very easy, like, hey, here's a identity access. Similar to like if you sign into Gmail or you sign into Facebook or whatever, right, on a different website, it's giving the credentials from your either Google Suite or Facebook account to that third party to, verify your email or your name or whatever. This is the same type of thing. And this is what we're seeing in a lot of different blockchains, right? This digital identity and identity management for access to different things, whether it's health records, financial records, ownership records, or whatever the other, type of things that you need for identity and or access. And putting it on blockchain makes it more secure, immutable, and way more transparent for these industries. And this is, why I believe that blockchain is continuing to grow. There's going to be a time where you're going to be using blockchain and not even realize what you're actually using, but you're using it on the back end. So this is a very interesting project that DFINITY is working on funding to grow this project out. They also have ICP GPT, which is basically a chat GPT type of thing, from the ICP Pro user and it's the first fully on-chain large language model. They will port Llama CPP, large language model inference in C++ to Internet Computer, and implement stable memory to allow users to save their conversations. And this is live. You can test it. You can look at their GitHub. We're not going to do that in today's video, maybe in a future video. They also have Aegis Finance, which is developed by Zohib, who says eventual tokenization of all matters encountered in the present day is inevitable. Okay. And this is a DeFi platform that helps users hedge risk. It offers inflation-based insurance contracts and options backed by Internet Computer, Chain Key Bitcoin, and Chain Key Ethereum. So interesting stuff over there as well, on-chain insurance. Jagged Official, which describes itself designed to create real-life impact, making secure transactions and exchanges fast, efficient, and cost-effective. It's a mobile wallet app designed to make financial transactions fast and secure. It will allow users to easily convert Internet Computer Protocol to JIDR, which represents the Indonesian rupiah. So that's also very interesting, kind of focusing on other areas of the world and their currencies. You know, we have a big focus on the stable coins that are, you know, tied to the dollar or the euro, but we're not really thinking about how this translates to other countries that are not in the dollar or not in the euro, right? So Indonesian rupiah, that's another interesting one. And so they also, you know, say if you want to apply, you can go to their grant website, dfinity.org/grants, and I'll take you to this page where you can go and read a little bit more and even apply if you are a developer that's looking to build. But again, Internet Computer is not just handing out money like other protocols are. Talking about other protocols, gaming token GALA stabilizes that the company says the security incident is contained. So this happened right at the end of May 2024. Someone minted 5 billion GALA tokens and then sold them on DEX Uniswap. Maybe it was Dr. Evil, who knows? But let's understand a little bit more about what in the GALA games is going on here. And then we're going to kind of move on to what's going on with Cardano and the connection to GALA games. The native token of crypto gaming project GALA Games fell sharply amid fears of a major transfer of over $200 million worth of GALA tokens that traders feared was a hack. The company said the security incident was contained and impacted the wallet has been frozen. So effectively, an unknown party minted 5 billion GALA tokens and proceeded to sell them on DEXs like Uniswap. GALA representatives had not previously announced the activity, nor did they offer a quick explanation on their Discord, which caused a lot of fear in the ecosystem. They said that GALA Games identified the compromise, and within 45 minutes, they secured and removed unauthorized access to the GALA contract. It's important to note, they said, that their ETH contract for GALA is secure and under the protection of a multi-sig wallet. It was never compromised. It's important to note that their ETH contract for GALA is secure and under the protection of a multi-sig. It was never compromised. And so, listen, guys, there are going to be hacks. Like, anybody who thinks there's not going to be hacks in this cycle, completely ridiculous. This is where risk and risk assessment and diversification, in my view, are the key, right? Don't have all your money in one crypto. Don't have all your crypto in one wallet or one exchange. Spread it out. And that's really, I mean, and also you just have to be aware of phishing in emails and text messages and clicking links and all of that. I mean, there is so many people who are unaware of how phishing actually works, and how and people even in crypto are targets of these kind of hacks that go on. There are going to be hacks this cycle, right? You have to be very, very aware and very, very like on guard, right? That's the only way to put it, because there's going to be things that happen in things that you control, right? Like you got phished, or protocol level hacks and even system level hacks, right? There's still a lot of people who write on social media and YouTube in my comment section, oh, well, Cryptoviser, what about this retirement account? What about this crypto retirement account? I will repeat this for the 10 millionth time on this channel. There is zero, none, doesn't exist crypto retirement accounts that are regulated in the United States. There are none. There are some companies that offer supposedly crypto retirement accounts or IRAs, but these go through state or city charters that allow for allow for it, but there's no protections. So if they run with your money, it's gone. And what worries me about these retirement type accounts that are not regulated by any regulator, period, is most people are not going to try to withdraw their money from a retirement account until they're at retirement. And most of the people who are using these retirement accounts, crypto retirement accounts, are younger people, right? Under the age of 50 or 60. So by the time they reach that retirement, I mean, this can go on for years, and your money may just be gone. This is my opinion. I could be wrong about this, but I have not seen any regulator that is overseeing and has protections in place for any of these crypto IRAs, any of them. And so people will say, but Cryptoviser, I don't care. You can do what you want with your money. Like you can put it in a straight up scam. That's up to you. In my view, the risk is too fucking high, especially for your retirement. And so people are going to do what they're going to do, right? I mean, you could literally go on Fidelity today and buy Bitcoin or Ethereum. And this is one of the largest financial institutions in the world. And they don't even have the ability for you to put that crypto in a retirement account. They have retirement accounts. And I believe it's only like a coding on the back end for what is a regular account versus a crypto account or a retirement account. But even Fidelity, which is one of the, if not the largest in the US money manager for retirement accounts, they don't even let you put Bitcoin or Ethereum in a retirement account. So if Fidelity doesn't let you do it, you think that some no-name company that has no bit license, that is not regulated by any federal or state regulator, you think that they're that's safe? You do you. You do you. It really bothers me because a lot of people, I think that there's going to be a day where it's like an FTX in those retirement accounts. But again, this can go on for many years because it's a retirement account and most people are not trying to pull their money out. One of them, I saw somebody posted that to actually withdraw your money, you have to get on a Zoom call and basically discuss with the management why you want to withdraw your money. Like, what? Huge red flag. But anyway, I don't even know how we got on. Oh, from GALA games getting hacked. Got it. I was like, wait, how do we get on this topic? Anyway, talking about GALA games, if you guys missed this, Cardano founder Studio releases a first game, but they don't release it on Cardano. They released it on GALA games. What? When I made the announcement, maybe about a little bit more than a month before I'm recording this video, right around the time that this game was being released, when I saw this, I was like, yeah, like this is why we're no longer covering Cardano on this channel, right? I feel bad. I really do feel bad for people who are so ingrained in the Cardano holding. I'm not talking about the technology, right? Cardano does have some good technology, but it's not being used by anybody. And there are people who are like, oh, but Cryptoviser, oh, but we have this, and oh, 5 transactions per second is not real because we have all. Nobody cares. It comes down to usage this cycle. That's the bottom line. And even Charles's company is not releasing the game on Cardano. From what I heard, one of the largest NFT projects on Cardano just left for Base. I believe one of the games, maybe Cornucopias, moved to Base. And meanwhile, the Cardano ecosystem is just more focused on just fight FUD. This guy Justin Bonds posted this, and the Cardano community, oh, he's just fudding. He's an asshole. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He needs to do more research. Just the same thing over and over and over and over. And the only people who are entertained by this is the Cardano community. Everybody else is just like, this is over it. This user said, wait, what? The layer 1 itself, Cardano, is controlled by a 7-party multi-sig where 5 of the people are the same company. It still does less than 1 transaction per second. Who is buying this absolute snake oil? It's not what I said. It's what they said. And if you actually go to Coinbase, right? Go to Coinbase.com or go to your Coinbase app right now and go to crypto and just click on all the different cryptos, right? When you click on Cardano, if you go down, you'll actually see the average hold time. The average time somebody's holding this coin in their wallet on Coinbase before they either sell it or transfer it to another wallet. 294 days is the typical hold time for Cardano. The only one that's close to that I've seen was Solana. Everything else is like 1 week, 2 days, 5 days, 30 days. Solana is also a very long hold as well, but Solana has been performing extremely well. 146 days. So the typical hold time of Cardano is double that of Solana. This tells me people who buy Cardano on Coinbase, they're not using it for DeFi. They're not trading it. They're not able to sell it, right? So like this is a stagnant crypto. And listen, guys, I have given my opinion over and over and over. People have said, Cryptoviser, tell us, what do you think can help? What do you think will fix this? They don't care, guys. They do not care. I mean, if I was a builder on Cardano and I saw that the Founders Studio moved their game to another chain instead of launching it on Cardano, I would have been out that day. And this is why I feel bad, because there's a lot of people that have all of their money in ADA and they're in the red. They have all of their resources in ADA. They're not making that much money. But they won't pivot. They won't pivot. And we are now in a bull run. We are in a bull run. And if you are not in the right positions now, time is ticking, right? Time is ticking, because the bull run, the clock on the bull run is already kind of moving. And guys, I was a Cardano bull for years, but a lot of the things that we covered and a lot of the potential that we talked about for the Cardano blockchain just didn't come to fruition. Cardano is not the only project that it's like this, right? There's a lot of other assets that I've invested. We just talked about gold and silver at the beginning of this cycle. The inability to pivot is going to cause a lot of people to lose. And I'm talking about a lot. The fact that the typical hold time on Cardano is almost 1 full year tells me there's nobody's trading it. Because if they were trading it, the hold time would be lower. Nobody's moving their ADA into DeFi. Nobody's buying and moving into DeFi. Nobody's buying it and moving it into NFTs. And the projects that are leaving Cardano are telling the community that there's an issue. But the ecosystem's like, no, Cryptoviser, you're just spreading FUD. You're just spreading. It's like, okay, you do you. You do you, right? This is a channel for making money. This is a channel for learning about investing. And sometimes with investing, you have to make adjustments to your investment thesis. The same way that sometimes the protocols and the developers need to make changes to their elaborate roadmap. But everything that I've seen over the last year and a half has been, we are not going to change anything. We're going to stay on this route. And if you don't like it, too bad. And so people are leaving. And the rest of the ecosystem is like over it. And for me, what's happening here with Circle and USDC is this is a huge tell in my view. Because Circle is going to be IPOing, it appears. They're coming back to the United States. They're going to potentially IPO. They are effectively the digital dollar. I think there's going to be stablecoin legislation coming out this year. And this is going to be putting USDC on a much higher level. And I believe, and we've talked about this before many, many times, that any of the coins, any of the blockchains that have native USDC, these are going to be top performing assets with a lot of liquidity and a lot of usage. And the list is going to continue to grow, right? Right now, I think USDC has about 20 blockchains that they have native USDC on. That's gonna grow the number. But when this was suggested, the gatekeepers at Cardano said, no. We have USDM. This is the best stable coin in the world. And it's like, how blind can they be? How blind can they be that USDC is key? And by the way, it's not just Cardano that doesn't have USDC. We've been critical about Internet Computer as well, that they don't have native USDC and they need it. Maybe they feel they don't need it because they're a Switzerland-based organization, Dfinity, where Cardano, a lot of the developers and IO Global, they're US based. So it is critical in my view for Cardano to have this. But again, like we've talked about, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen this cycle because we're already in the bull market. And what did we see happen before the halving? We saw USDC restructuring. We saw them reassessing which blockchains they're going to have native USDC on. And we see the stablecoin bill potentially going to become a law. And Cardano said, no, we want to focus on USDM. This is going to be the best stablecoin in the world. And it's not. I mean, it's not. So listen, guys, there's going to be winners and there's going to be losers in the markets. And whether it's gold, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's silver, whether it's Bitcoin mining stocks, whether it's yield max, I don't know. That's why I think diversification is key here. But what you diversify into is going to determine how this bull run is going to play out. And this is what we've been talking about at the beginning of the year, right? I said after the Bitcoin halving, it's kind of like sit in your positions and wait for them to double, triple, quadruple, and then, maybe trade in and out based on those movements. But we are in the bull market. And anything that you're hearing about, we're going to start doing this, red flag. We're going to start developing this, red flag. It's too late to start. Now it's time for deployments. And I am super excited to see. We're already seeing deployments. Solana deploying a lot. USDC is deploying a lot. Dogecoin deploying. Avalanche. A lot of the gaming and AI-related assets like Near Protocol, Polygon, Internet Computer. Even Pepe Coin, which we were making fun of last year, saying PP Coin. But listen, guys, winners are already determined at this point. We, as the investors, we just don't know where the winners are. But the projects that have been developing and ready to deploy, they already won because they already developed their whatever they're going to be releasing. They're just waiting for the right opportunity, the right timing to release these things, whether it's after ETF approvals, whether it's after the Federal Reserve reverses course, or after who knows? But this is my opinion on the market, and hopefully you guys enjoy this kind of content. Let me know what you guys think down below about everything we discussed in today's video. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, that way you never miss a new video, and I'll see you guys on the next video right here on the Cryptoviser podcast, Crypto On.